The new building has 30 rooms, 1 conference hall, 1 mini conference hall, 1 library and other utilities such as public toilets, foyers, balcony, etc. in each floor. The project was sanctioned under Special Plan Assistance during 2013-14. The approved cost of the project was 507.31 lakhs, with a funding pattern of 90:10. The central share of 90% was supposed to have been 456.58 lakhs, and the state share was supposed to have been only rupees 50.73 lakhs. But because, as we all know, the SPA got discontinued in the year 2013, after 2013 and 14. So we got an allocation of 180 lakhs only from SPA. And the rest of the required fund was funded by the state government with its own state resources. The project cost initially was 507.31 lakhs, and this project cost was worked out with the schedule of rate for 2010. The project got revised to 585 lakhs. In the original DPR, the ground floor was supposed to have been a parking lot. However, during execution and as per the user department's requirement, it was converted into rooms. Moreover, additional items had to be incorporated, such as replacing wooden windows with aluminium and fixing structural glazing for aesthetic view. Therefore, an additional fund of rupees 77.6 lakhs was required from the originally approved cost. The name of the contractor for this project was Kohima and Sons. There was no consultant engaged for this project. Both the architectural and the structural designs were done in-house. And out of the total project cost of 585, Central contributed 180 lakhs and the state share was 405 lakhs. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Engineer Kohima, for very succinctly providing us the estimates and the final costs. The contractor's name is the same, Mr. Kohima, but no relation to him. He has just joined us recently, a month back, so I congratulate the engineering team for having successfully concluded this project. I also take this opportunity to thank the contractor, Nibu, for having completed this project as per the estimated cost, despite the various problems that we have had, the stoppage of the SPA, and despite the nearly 10 years of the project, there has been absolutely no escalation. So with that, I'd like to really once again thank the contractor. He's not been able to be here, but his representative, I'm sure, is here. Please convey our deepest gratitude and our thanks. With that, now we come to the time when we now listen to the words of the advisor of our department. He has been very crucial in ensuring that this building is completed, particularly during his tenure as advisor of the Municipal Affairs Department. So with these words, I'd like to request you to come and deliver your speech.
Thank you. Respected Chairperson, Most Honorable Chief Minister Sri P.P. Rio, the Chief Minister of Nagaland, respected ministers, my friend Pang Yu and my colleague Tong Pang, and our two friends, honorable advisors, Pukai and Meadow, our respected officers, staff, and media friends, and all present. First of all, I thank God for this beautiful weather that He has given us, to have been able to assemble here together for a small program I know it's a small program, but for us it is something huge, and I thank God for that. The other day when I was with the Honorable Chief Minister and talking about this inaugural, I was suggesting to our sir, first, second, third or fourth would be ideal, because with the financial year coming and the shifting of from one place to another, that too right from AG, and our Honorable Chief Minister had said, third is got a program, so let's make it on second. So today we are here this morning, and I personally thank him for having spared his time. My worry when the municipal was in AG, of course many of you would not know, but our officers, they are really hardworking, and we had mostly ladies in the municipal affairs department in AG. And on top of that, they are the ones working till 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, where I used to ask them, you don't feel scared to sit so long or what? The scared is another thing, but the duty is another issue. And they have really worked to see that the department is kept moving. Today, municipal affairs has become a very important department. There are too many guidelines from the center which is for the public and the common people. They don't take it that way. They come in an application asking for that, asking for this, whereas the department cannot accommodate those issues which they ask for. And therefore, when this morning only we were talking about the building, we have a member of the committee, it is I believe called Accessibility in Indian Campaign Center, where people from Delhi had come to, see buildings that are being constructed. So at that point of time, there was no issue of making ramps or, making exit route. But we had also requested the contractor to keep provisions for even the emergency exit route, which are all kept. But because of the inaugural, we wanted to see that this area is still kept free, so that in future, with the blessing of our Honorable Chief Minister, who also holds the Minister in charge of Urban and Municipal, I'm quite positive that some additionality will be added so that we can do that exit, then provide for fire issues, and also a lift, because today all officers are expected to have provisions for ramps for the disabled people. And I am confident that our officers who are there now will be able to work more at ease with the Urban Development Department just adjacent to it. But as we can see, one building is quite haggard, quite old looking, the other one is brand new, and therefore I request that our Honorable Chief Minister also think about this, and if there is any way where you can also see that our Urban Development Department also is polished a bit, so that we have a beautiful two buildings, not only beautiful, that are really working for the people. And we wanted to have just a small program. I have to repeat again my thanks to our Honorable Chief Minister because of his concern, his being here with us today. We know that he is very busy. Tomorrow he is going down to the Dimapur, to the referral hospital. The day after he is rushing to Shamator again. But so we would like also to request you after the program just to sit for 10 minutes and have a light refreshment, because we said we'll not cook rice and whatever it is, but we'll have a small cup of tea together. And that is, I want once again thank you and all our colleagues who have come to witness this inaugural of the Municipal Affairs Department. And if you would like, after the program, we'll just make a quick walk around the building and come down to the place which they have earmarked. I was told that our Honorable MLA, the contractor who had done this, he was quite, liberal with lots of bathrooms. So we had to dismantle some and convert them into rooms. But I think it was for the betterment of everybody. But hopefully the department will function more strongly and they'll give more dedication to what they do. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for always being with us, guiding us, directing us in the direction and the results we can all see for a joyous occasion, sir. Thank you very much once again. No program in Nagaland, and of course, for us too, is complete without a special number. May I now request a very, very special Municipal to say with us with a song. Thank you.
You have done for me things so undeserved, yet you chose to give your life for me. The voices of a million angels could not express my gratitude. All that I am and ever hope to be, I owe it all to thee. To God be the glory, to God be the glory, to God be the glory for the things He has done. With His blood He has saved me. With His power He has raised me. To God be the glory for the things He has done. Just let me live my life. Let it be pleasing, Lord, to Thee. And should I gain any praise, let it go to Calvary, to Calvary. With His blood He has saved me. With His power He has raised me. To God be the glory for the things He has done. For the things He has done. For the things He has
Thank you, Mr. Sokre, for the lovely song, indeed, to His glory, et gloriam. Now, this is the moment we have all been waiting for. We thank Him for having giving us his most precious time despite a very busy schedule. This is a time we've been always looking forward to, and take this opportunity to thank him for providing us the support, the guidance, and the direction that we always need. I think no other person could have inaugurated this directorate much more than him. When I request the Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland to come up to the stage and give us his words of wisdom, may I now request everybody give him a very good round of applause, please. Sir.
Thank you, Chairperson. Sri I. Mato Zimomi, the Principal Secretary, respected Reverend Vilegoi Theo, the pastor of Ezucha Nagamese Baptist Church, my honorable colleagues, ministers, Mr. Panju, Mr. Tongpa, and Mr. Pukai, advisor, MLO advisor, and Dr. Nikasali Likikire, who is the advisor of UD and MA, our engineering wing and officers of the department, the staffs, the invitees, friends from the press and media, ladies and gentlemen. With great sense of satisfaction and happiness, I've come to inaugurate the new Directorate building for Municipal Affairs Department. Indeed, it is my privilege, and I want to congratulate the department, particularly the engineering wing in-house who had made the architect designs and also the structural drawings. We should continue to utilize the Municipal Affairs Department, the knowledge and engineering teams, and not only for your directorate, for your department, but I wish and I encourage you for introducing the building bylaws for the common people also, so that we follow a system. Also encourage the Naga designs with Naga motifs and designs. It will be a good thing. I hope with this new building, it will boost the morals and the working atmosphere, and you'll do good things in the service of our people. The aims and goal to make our town and a healthy place, prosperous and livable city. Our organization, as mentioned by the Principal Secretary, Mato, there's a mad rush of urbanization we learned that the decade growth is 67.38% that has been witnessed in our state. That is much higher, more than double of national percentage, which is 31.80%. So the urbanization, when the people rush to the towns and cities, unless we have a regulation to bring a system, a modern town planning and building bylaws, it will not be livable. As mentioned, it is increased from 19 to 39, beside notified towns, 7 census towns, and many other quasi-urban areas. That means we have to regulate, we have to bring a system, otherwise our cities will not be livable. You are aware that the 74th Amendment of the Municipal and Town Council Act, which was adopted in the Parliament and also in the state in 2001. The Municipal Affairs Cell, which was introduced in the year 2002, and then 2011, the urban local bodies. I think in the Directorate you have created was only in 2015. You are growing from strength to strength. It becomes a demand-driven department. So you have to get up and catch up to manage the affairs of our municipal and town councils. I'm aware that our town was rated as most unlivable town, second most unlivable town, which in recent time you have been again rated to 27 out of 60. That is a tremendous improvement. That is the input of the department and the public participation, creating awareness that we have to go by the rules. So I'm happy that there is a tremendous improvements. And as of today, you might have seen the changes that has taken place in all our municipal and town council areas, particularly in the district headquarters. So I congratulate you that you have improved and that you have come up with to a reasonable, tolerable ranking as another livable city. But we have to see the attitude or the mindset of our people. I feel that we are taking a mad rush to the urbanization, but we have not understood the concept of rural local bodies, that is our panchayat and the VDBs and the Urban Local Bodies, the Municipal and Town Council Act. As you are all aware, rural local bodies, that is Panchayati Raj, 73rd Amendment. So these two things are different. By tradition, we were exempted in the 73rd Amendment, and we continue to function with village council, our village development boards, and our customary laws, the village court, the DP's court in the administrative centers, and district court also, the customary laws. When this 74th Amendment, municipalities and town councils, was introduced, we had also adopted in the state, as mentioned, but it is not that simple. There are mandatory reforms, and there is unresolved conflicts, and so we have problems till today. When we could not implement the reforms, you are aware the latest 15th Finance Award for the ULB, it has become a mandatory to implement and transform our cities. And unless you improve the modern technical lives in the cities, and if you cannot fulfill, you may be debarred from getting financial commissions granted to the urban local bodies. Few things are women reservations, then your urban taxations. So till today we could not resolve this issue. We know how to take. We are always asking and receiving, but we have not adopted or learned or habituated by giving out what is our responsibilities. When this conflict came, we had first introduced municipal election as a trial run in Mokchum. No persons were allowed to file nomination because they did not agree the Parliament Act, 74th Amendment, that is against the women reservation, and therefore we had tried to pass our own act by some modification, and in 2015, I think, again that first we had adopted in 2001, but that could not materialize. And therefore, when it was adopted again in 2015, and election was imposed with women reservation, there was a huge problem, and it could not be conducted. So the public and the government conflict was there, and you know the history. It has not created problem. It went to the extent of costing precious lives, even costing, bringing down the government. So this is still unresolved issue. And Supreme Court, hearing this month, has given us 6 weeks to bring the formula to how to implement and to conduct election. I'm taking up a consultation meet again with the tribal halls and NGOs, and we will be submitting our recommendations to the Supreme Court. But in case if Supreme Court doesn't agree to our proposal, then we may find some hindrance and even up to conflict again. But state is very clear, and we will do what is possible. Now, why I'm mentioning about 73rd Amendment? We're exempted in that Panchayati Raj, and we want to introduce our tradition, our customary system into the urban, which is totally different. It's a modern life. It's a combination of all tribes, including people from other nationalities also. And therefore the system, we cannot impose our tradition. Our customary systems are live in the villages. So for urban local bodies, it is a separate Parliament Act, 74th Amendment. And the Panchayati Raj, that is rural local bodies, it is the 73rd Amendment, Panchayati Raj Act. And therefore these two are different things. And there is a mad rush to the urbanization, but we want to use that village system in the towns. I think we have to realize this. And we also have to respect our women, and there should be a part and parcel of the decision-making body. So we have to do a lot of homeworks, and we have to take a kind of mutual respect among ourselves. Second important point is, as you are all aware, people don't want to pay tax. Yes, I'm aware that we are exempted as a tribal, and as per our Article 371A, which has empowered our people, and land and its resources belonging to us, which is a part of the 371A of the Indian Constitution. Therefore, the urban local bodies and the Finance Commission is, you have to impose tax for the facilities you enjoy. The facilities provided to you, you have to pay tax. And to run, you see, when, say, Kohima or Mokokchung or Pinsan, any township, besides the grant, you have to give your local tax for your town. That money is not for the state government, but that tax is for your own town. You give it to yourself to maintain your roads, your street lights, your sanitation, your upkeep of your towns. So if you don't want to give money to your own development, that means something is wrong. And now the 15th Finance Commission had given grant. But unless you fulfill the mandatory reforms, then you will also be not getting the grant. And therefore, this message, our Municipal Affairs Department, you have to go to the towns, to each towns, and have meeting with the local leaders. And we have to implement what is mandatory reforms in the 74th Amendment. So therefore, I feel that you have a lot of challenges with you, and I'm sure we together with the elected and the responsible citizens will be able to live a modern life in the urban cities. Why you have to pay, as I have mentioned, for the facilities provided, and like so much traffic in the towns, say Kohima. One thing I feel that all the colonies or cluster of few colonies in that contiguous area, you have to identify local market and local space facilities where all the localized events can be conducted. Otherwise, if the whole town has to come to one market, then there will be congestion. The southern, the western, the northerns, in your own these entries, you should have a farmers market, so that our women and children, they don't come and sit on the footpath whole day, rain, sunshine, dust. It cannot be called as a smart city. I had also shared this in a few of my discussions, and government should identify a place, either government land or even government buildings, if the location is right, or even buy land to build up the farmers market, so that farmers can bring their products comfortably, they can sell as wholesale also or retail also. I think it will be much more respectable. And we all have to pay tax for the facilities provided to us. You are aware? Freedom is not free. I'm sure many of you had read the book of Shiv Khera. Freedom is not free. You are free. We think they laid down rules. You have the freedom. But outside the law is there to catch you. And therefore, this has to be inculcated or propagate to the citizens that we have to pay for what we have provided. And therefore, we're used to getting free and we want to continue, but it is not possible. Now the municipal council and town councils, we are getting a lot of assets, and so how best you will utilize to run those facilities. I think this will be one huge problem. You have to work out a formula. If you can, well and good. If not, then you have to privatize. That will also give employment to others. Say example, the facilities of Capital Culture Center that 900 seating capacity with latest modern gadgets of international standard. And those should be best used. Any events can be taken place. But who will do the management? Even managing the heating, the ACs, or the lighting, or the sound system, or to upkeep the building. Otherwise, if we abused, and public coming, spitting, or misuse bathrooms, I think it will become an eyesore. So it should be managed very well, and therefore department has to come up with ideas. Our waste management is still a concern, though a lot is improved because of our better road today, the drainages and the cleanliness has improved tremendously. But waste management, I think we have to do and keep our town very, very clean. Then enhancing the livability, as mentioned, the watch national cities livability ranking, which I had mentioned, and also the improvement we had. So we have to not only do imitation or do the regular way, but we have to take innovative ideas also. Many centages has come, but in our town, I used to notice that there is no signboard and the street, the road names or the colonies are not properly displaced. So a traveler coming to our town, they don't know the directions. We are used to it, but we cannot expect that our guests or travelers know our city like us. So those are very important, I feel. And we have some problem, as I used to mention. The local colony councils, this can be strengthened, but one wrong thing I had mentioned also is, by tradition and the customary practice, by the GBs in the villages, as I mentioned, we want to adopt the same village system to towns. So over the years, we have 100% support for GB organization. But you have the Gau Buras in the towns. So there is a no, it is not a village, it is town. And you have local colony councils. You have elected members representing your ward, your colony. So government has to look into this and how to bring it to a system. Two parallel authorities cannot run. Therefore, these are something which you have to ponder and bring suggestions to the government also. So, I've taken lots of your time. We have lots of things to discuss. But the bottom line is we had improved our times, our towns and cities are looking better. There is visibility of good roads, good buildings, and cleanliness has improved. Municipal Affairs Department should also, and particularly in the colonies, down to the colonies, you should monitor, you should advise. Everybody cannot build RCC building or good buildings. But old building also, or even wooden building also, it should be neat and clean. It should be timely painted. Our town should look good. And even possible, some colonies, you also can decide if members agree. You may like to identify a color of the building so that the colony, separate colonies will have different colors. We have to not only do the regular thing, but we have to innovate ideas. And building, as I mentioned, Naga motifs, Naga designs, Naga touch, that should be given. Because many tourists come, they come to our place for ecotourism and to see our tradition, our way of life, our system. We are different. And therefore, our identity, to upkeep our identity, our town also should look vibrant with our identity, our motive and designs. So, from village to urban, there's a lot of conflict and confusions. So gradually, I hope things will improve, and with a lot of discussions and consultation, things will improve for the better. Once again, I congratulate the Municipal Affairs Department for your new Directorate building, and also the progress and the management has improved. So my congratulations and my best wishes to all of you. The government as a whole and the public should participate with you to make it a vibrant town and cities. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, respected sir, for giving us the bouquets and of course the challenges that you have set ahead for us. Indeed, a very wide range of topics for us to ponder about, to bring about solutions. As rightly mentioned by the Honorable Chief Minister, as we have stepped up from the village level to the urban areas, there's a paradigm shift in the style that we live in, perhaps the clothes or in our mannerisms, but in terms of attitudes, in terms of our culture, in terms of our beliefs, in terms of our traditions, I think we're still carrying, I think I must say that for myself too, I think we're still carrying it as the other side of our coin, that we have almost like a double-sided coin. So the challenges, sir, that you put forward for us are indeed huge, but I, as the administrative head of the department, and on behalf of our honorable advisor, we always express our gratitude and we always express our confidence, even in private, that you as the de facto minister in charge of the Urban Development and Municipal Affairs Department are always there to guide us in this very crucial juncture for our people. I have no doubt that, sir, with your guidance and your sagacity, you will be able to lead our people in the right direction of urban living. So thank you once again very much. As we conclude the program, I must call upon my colleague, Shri Salisal Tholre. He's the Joint Director. Our actually HOD should have been here, but sir, he is recuperating, and because of that, he has conveyed his inability to attend this very, very important function, but he wished actually that he could have been here too. With those words, I'd like to request our Joint Director to kindly come forward and convey the vote of thanks. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Respected Chairman Sri I. Mumi, Principal Secretary, Urban Development and Municipal Affairs Department, respected Chief Minister and special guest of today's inauguration program, Sri Rio, his deputy ministers, advisors, Reverend Wilavoy Keyo, Pastor Pezucha Nagamis Baptist Church, respected HODs, Director, officers and staff of Urban Development and Municipal Affairs, and other dignitaries and wishers present here. At the outset, I, on behalf of the department, convey our sincere appreciation and gratitude to our Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Sri Rio, for accepting our invitation and inaugurating the much awaited Directorate building today here, adjacent to the Urban Development Directorate. It is a matter of great honor and pride of us to have the Chief Minister of Nagaland in our midst today. I thank our Honorable Advisor of Urban Development and Municipal Affairs, Dr. Ike Saleh Wikikire, for his concern and constant support in expediting the project. I also take this opportunity to express our gratitude to contractor MS K. Nakro and Sons, also one of our honorable MLs, for passionately executing the work from his own source in spite of not receiving funds on time. I also thank the Director, officers and staff of Urban Development for initiating the project under the SPA fund and allotting the new building to Municipal Affairs with an objective of working in close association between the two directorates. I also extend my sincere gratitude to our Urban Development Engineering, led by Additional Chief Engineer Kivite Nakro, and his subordinate engineers for supervising the project. I would also like to thank our honorable ministers, advisors, and other dignitaries who accompanied our special guest for today's program. I thank Reverend Wilavoy Keyo for invoking God's blessing, and Sister Mimuse Sukre for making this program more eventful with her melodious voice. Last but not the least, I thank the Information and Public Relations Department and other media houses for wide coverage of today's program, and also those involved in making this program a success. Thank you.
So with your permission, we have one last program. After such a lengthy program, we have prepared refreshments, but that is before you do, that is after you do one more favor for us. We'd like to request you to cut the ribbons and the refreshments are across the Rubicon. So with that, sir, may I request you to join the refreshments, please. Thank you, sir.
That was the end to the live coverage of the inaugural program of the Municipal Affairs Building live from Kohima. This is all for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.
याद रहे अच्छे से होना चाहिए आयोजन
एवरीडे मसालों से टेस्टी बने भोजन
एवरीडे स्पाइसेस 100% टेस्ट एवरीडे स्पाइसेस बेस्ट
আজিকালি লাগা বাচ্চা আৰু এডোলেসেন্ট কান ট্ৰেডিশনাল আৰু নতুন ফৰ্মস অফ ডিজিটেল মিডিয়া দে বেছি ইমাৰ্স হৈ যাইছে 10 সাল মাজতে মই কান দেখি পাই কি ডিজিটেল মিডিয়া ইউজ তো মই কান পৰা ইন্টাৰেকশন